Welcome to Learning Unit number 4. In Learning Unit number 4, we're going to talk more about storytelling and human connection. So as we go through, um, you are watching this video. Let's talk about what we're doing, what the topics are, what the learning activities are. So I will let you read through the beginning to content areas. But by the end of this learning module, the learning outcomes are that you're going to be able to use storytelling as a mechanism to engage stakeholders and drive change. You're going to be able to evaluate the role of compassion and relationship building in shaping healthcare culture and learning environments. And you're going to begin to design a plan on how you're going to complete the resilience praxis assignment. And that isn't due until learning unit number 6. And you're going to begin this by focusing on who you're going to select as an interview partner and 1 to 2 interview questions. So on the syllabus on page 13, and it will also be within this Blackboard site, that is where the grading rubric is for the resilience praxis assignment. But I'm going to explain it during this learning unit. So you're reading chapters 7, 8, and 9 in Wonder Drug, and then you're going to watch a video interview of Dr. Treziak. And, well, let's look at things individually. So your readings are here. This is the video interview that he gave on Living to Give, our most proven wonder drug. And I'm thinking it's video week because then there's a video by Dave Isay. And he is the organizer, and I think he is the one that developed StoryCorps. So we're going to learn a lot more about StoryCorps, but Dave really has a good story to hear, and he's a good speaker. So please watch these 2 videos. And then this one is a very short one, just a couple of minutes, but the importance of relationships. So video week, besides our reading. And now we're going to look at the StoryCorps folder here. Now again, this is preparing you for an assignment that's due at the end of Learning Unit 6. All materials that you're going to need, except actually finishing your StoryCorps and putting it in the Dropbox, are within this folder. But do remember that indeed your resilience praxis assignment is, all this information is posted under the assignment tab. So, and that is now open for you as well. So within this folder, you're going to see what is the resilience praxis assignment that you have on your syllabus on page 13. What is it? It is, and unfortunately we don't have that clear. There you go. It is going to ask you to do an interview. And why are we doing this? Because we are really learning how to build, or not learning how, evolving our skill in building relationships. And also it will help us as both leaders and educators. So the grading rubric is to use this app. It's a free app. It's called StoryCorps. And you're going to download that app. And I ask that you do it this week just to get you started and create a free account. You're going to review the resources that I have on StoryCorps. You're going to think about selecting an interview partner, someone who you perceive to be a resilient nurse, someone who has a joyful nursing practice, who has found ways to move through hardship. in a positive manner. And you're going to ask that person, at not necessarily this week, but verbal permission to interview and then to share that interview that you have made using the StoryCorps app with classmates and the professor. And you're going to develop at least 1 to 2 interview questions. And this is what you're going to actually do during the interview. It's going to be like a 15-minute minimum, 30-minute maximum interview. And I'll let you read through a little bit more on this. So that's the grading rubric. The app is here. As this is, you can't see it because I have the window a little bit smaller, but this is StoryCorps. And when you click on this link, you're going to read more about it, and you've got everything that you need, including some interview tips, and there's some videos. I have put the ones that I think are most important separate for you. But this is so that you have a chance to learn more about StoryCorps. Let's get back to here. So again, getting started using it, there is a PDF file. So if you like to print something out so you can actually look at how do you get started with it, there's that for you. And then how to use the StoryCorps app. And that's the video that you saw on that first link, but I have separated that out, how to use it. And this is optional. So if you want to interview somebody remotely, there is a separate program called Connect. So you would use Connect instead of the StoryCorps app. It's easier, in my opinion, if you use the StoryCorps app, but if you know a very resilient, joyful nurse that maybe is now practicing in Utah, you want to interview him or her, you can, and it is still free, but you're going to use a slightly different program. It's all through StoryCorps still, but that gives you that option. They started this, of course, during the pandemic. So that's the information folder on StoryCorps. What is it? And I'm asking you to start looking at this because for your discussion board, you're going to answer a couple of questions, 4 to be specific, the bold. So 2 of them are based on your readings, and 2 will just assure that we're all starting to look at our resilience praxis assignment. So we don't wait to the last minute that we get going on it. So the 2 questions are pretty simple. Who's going to be your interview partner? And if you're still going back and forth with 2 that you think you might ask, go ahead and post those 2 names, but give us an idea who you think is going to be your interview partner and 2 questions that you may ask them. So no replies are required, and you have until Sunday evening to complete that. So there's not lots, but there's videos to watch. You do have your Wonder Drug readings. You have the discussion board, and we are continuing with the 3 Good Things journal. So on 3 separate occasions, you're going to do that for Unit 4. You pick those 3 times, those 3 days. And then your relational gratitude. I'm getting better at saying that. Your relational gratitude practice for Unit 4. The same as last week. You're writing a note of thanks, an email of thanks to someone, and you're going to either take a photo or you're going to include your written note. Again, removing names if you so choose. So that's learning unit number 4, and I hope you're finding this content beneficial to you, to those you care for, and perhaps those that you educate.